Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Ashley So Audacious, and you're now tuned in to episode 4 of the Hella Audacious podcast show, where the guests are hella dope and the conversation is hella real. And we're going to be getting started still here shortly, so please stick around. Today we're going to be talking about business truths and serial entrepreneurship. So I'm going to give it a couple seconds and we will be getting started. Hey Tracy, hey Tasha. Thank you for joining us. Episode 4, y'all. It's been a month. We in there. All right. So I'm just waiting on my guests to pull up in here and we're going to be getting started. We're going to be talking about business truths and serial entrepreneurship, okay? Not just the pretty side of business. We're talking about the hard parts too. So I do see my guests in here, so I'm going to go ahead and run through my intro, okay? Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Ashley So Audacious, and you're now tuned in to episode 4. Yes, I said episode 4 of the Hella Audacious podcast show, where the guests are hella dope and the conversation is hella honest. So today we're going to be talking business truths and serial entrepreneurship. So one thing I do know about entrepreneurship is that anybody can do it, but it's not for everybody. Okay, I know social media makes entrepreneurship look so glamorous and easy when it's really far from that. Um, so I did want to give y'all my definition of a serial entrepreneur. I feel like a serial entrepreneur is someone who starts multiple businesses. They might sell or step back from a business to start another one, or they may work multiple businesses at one time, of course, with a team. And with that being said, I would like to introduce my guest for today, Miss Teunsha Vick. Okay, so we're gonna get her right on in here. All right, y'all. Like I said, business truth and serial. Hey, girl. Hey,
Hi.
welcome.
I'm always turned up.
Yes, ain't nothing wrong with that.
How are you doing? You look so beautiful.
Thank you. You too. You
Thank you.
too.
I have two co-stars, my pimple. I said, y'all
Look,
come today out of all
welcome,
days.
welcome to the podcast, co-stars.
You know, it's just, but here we are.
Okay, so um, if you would like to tell us a little bit about yourself, just like your introduction.
Okay, I'm just getting everybody, making sure I'm sharing it.
And yes, everybody share, share, share. If you hear, share it with your friends.
Okay. Okay, so again, I am Teunsha Vick, aka 3 Millie T, honey. And
Okay.
I am the proud co-owner of Green Yard Grill in Newport News. I'm also a drop shipper and am launching in just 2 short weeks my own lifestyle brand called 3 Millie Tea. I just believe that women can do anything, and Black women really can do everything. With everything against us, we still just persevere. And I just basically want to live my life showing people to just go for it and not to get analysis paralysis and want to just hold your own self back sometimes with your own thoughts. I do believe that we are a chosen people, and sometimes when you are chosen, the devil works extra hard. So
Double time.
double time. So you have to wake up each day knowing that your best life is on the other side of fear. My name is 3 Millie T because I know for sure that I will be netting $3 million every year. Probably how God shows out, it might be every month. So I just wanted to go ahead and manifest that life because I know that's what I want and I know that's what I'm going to be. And I want to spend the rest of my life showing women that they can be anything, and little Black and brown girls that they can be anything.
For sure, for sure. I love that.
With the drink.
Look, I love that. Yes, so congratulations on Green Yard Grill.
Thank
I've
you.
seen that it looks like it's doing really good. I haven't got a chance to visit yet, but actually me and my sister will be there this weekend. So
Okay.
we coming on Saturday.
Good, and I am working all weekend this weekend, so because my business partners are going to Jamaica, so
Okay.
I'm working all weekend for the first time. I don't know how long. So I'm excited to see you guys when you do come.
So that is one of the luxuries of being an entrepreneur, though, being able to take those vacations and like really be on your own time.
But it does not come for a long time. And that's what I want to make sure people understand. It is a time where I could barely take a bathroom break because I can never leave the floor. Especially, I opened the original restaurant, which was JT's Bar and Grill, that I owned by myself.
Okay.
Originally here, and we were open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to midnight, and then 2 a.m. on the weekends. And when you are a new entrepreneur, you have to be around each and every day. You have to see everything, because the people around you are not always so kind and not always so gracious. If you're not keeping your eyes on your business, on your money, on your inventory, everything will disappear. So I used to work sun up to sundown, 7 days a week. And I'm just blessed that the right people have come into my life at this point that offers me a little bit of break. But I think a lot of people have the misconception that you're going to get into entrepreneurship and it's going to be this relaxed life. And especially with this industry, with the restaurant industry. But in the future, if you want to do something more home-based and, more chill business, is definitely the way to go, because it does allow you those luxuries that you can do things like, just work from your computer. I have friends that own virtual assistants companies, online boutiques, things like that. I really wanted to put this restaurant in my community because it lacked a full service restaurant. So I just wanted it here. But so there's when you're in the restaurant industry, you cannot expect to just be hands off, because that's what I thought. I'm like, I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna get a manager. Then I'll just come check in and everything will be fine. Baby, that manager will steal every dollar you have out of here. The liquor's going out of the back door. I used to have to check the trash bags. Your people will act like they're throwing away trash. You go through the bags, your liquor's in there, your chicken's in there, everything is in there. So you have to constantly be moving, constantly have your eyes on your business, because it will.
Right. So, like you said, like those opportunities don't come until you put in all that work. Like, what are some of the things that motivated you to like keep going? Because I do know, just from experience, in the beginning, it is so hard to stay motivated. It's so hard to stay motivated because you're dealing with so many, facing so many challenges.
And it's hard, in this industry in particular. You can have staff that's against you. You can have the customers against you, your cities against you. I mean, inspectors, everything. It can really come down, and it can be very tough. But honestly, everything is tough. When I was at work, working for someone, it was tough. So you just use your heart, It's really just as simple as that. And motivation really just isn't a thing. What you have to do is wake up. I know every day I'm going to wake up and I have to get shit done.
Right.
Can I curse? I forgot.
Yes, ma'am. It's the hella audacious podcast show.
I have to get things done because I was not willing to leave my life in the hands of someone in corporate America. And I was not willing to leave my son's life in somebody's hands in corporate America. So I also worked in nonprofit world. So you don't make that much money. So I was like, if I know I can survive off this smaller salary. So if everything goes terribly with my business, I know I can survive.
Right.
Then how I think about problems now, I was reading this book called The 4-Hour Work Week, because I am trying to take more and more things off of my plate. And when Black women especially are such multitaskers and, we take on so many people's problems and issues, it's hard for step back, and I want to work a lot less but get the same type of result. I can be a better person and self-care, mom, everything. But I read in this book, when you think about problems, think about your problem and then think about your plan to make it out of that problem. So that kind of takes a lot of the pressure away. I just know for myself, the worst thing that could probably happen to me is that my business was shut down. I would lose my house in foreclosure or something like that. So I worked that plan out. What would be my next steps if everything, was gone? I know I can talk. I know I can always work. I can definitely go bartend somewhere if push come to shove. I can go live with my mama. I know a lot of people aren't as blessed to have that, but I am, and I thank God for it every day. So I would spend that time just starting there and rebuilding my life. So when you take some of the pressure off of the problem, it makes it easier to find a solution and just to move on.
Right. So before we move on, you mentioned your mom. I want you to go ahead and plug her in because I
Baby,
did my research. Go ahead and plug her in.
my mother, Tina Vick, is not only the best mother that God could have ever blessed me with, but she is a 14-year veteran councilwoman and is currently running for mayor of Newport News. She is the most qualified, the best, the smartest, the damn cutest. I know y'all have seen her signs all over Newport News.
Yes, ma'am.
And she loves this city. She loves humanity. And I hope you all can make the right decision and vote for her if you're in Newport News, or at least call 2 people you know in Newport News and tell them to vote for her on November 8th. And please, her daughter is hosting her victory party, because we're already claiming it, Tuesday, November 8th at Green Yard Grill from 7 to 10. So y'all come pull up on me.
I know that's right. Go ahead, plug her name in one more time so they
Yes,
can make sure.
Tina Vick, and
Tina
you can
Vick.
reach her on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tina Vick for Mayor. And of course, you can send Cash App donations, anything from $5 to $5,000 to Cash App Tina $ Tina Vick, and or you can send them to me too, Teunsha Vick. And we have to do what it takes to get her in office, to have someone that believes in equality of all people, believes in small business, especially after seeing what her daughter has gone through. It's going to be a lot of changes in the city, and I'm really excited to see it.
Okay. So with that being said, do you feel like having a mom like that motivated you to really want to step out there and be an entrepreneur and have the successes that you're having?
It motivated me because I always believed I could do anything.
Right.
Because of how I was raised. But I was not prepared for how tough it was going to be, especially with her being my mom. A lot of people are meaner to me because of who she is,
right,
and because of who my family is. A lot of people, it's been a way worse experience even building this place in my city, being that I was her daughter. But, people have gone through worse. I used to be a type of person, I was low-key mad at her, like, I can't do what I want to do. I'm Tina McDonald. And then one day I woke up, this is recent, like maybe a year or two ago. I'm like, you mad because you can't wild out? Like, what are you really trying to do, man? What you're trying to do, is it even going to benefit you? Is it going to benefit the millionaire you're trying to be? No. So accept who you are, accept where you come from. And like she always says, you are my daughter. We warriors. You got to know whose you is, and just move on. So I'm not going to feel sorry for myself.
Right.
Based on anything that I've gone through, being her daughter, because it's definitely been more of a privilege.
So like we were saying, how you got to put that grind in until you can really see those benefits in that luxury. So how do you manage that work-life balance? Like, how do you prevent burnout?
You have to rest, and that's something that I've learned recently. But honestly, y'all, your dream gonna keep you going. I just remember, it took me 2 years to get this restaurant. And I was on my lunch break. I would park out here every day, and I would just look at this sign, and I'm like, I know it's going to be mine. And so every day that I open the keys to my back door and I drop my purse off in my office and I walk up and people are in here, and I just say, thank you. Because not only did I couldn't even imagine that this would really come to pass, but then I opened a restaurant in June of 19, and then we had COVID-19. So there was months that it was me sitting in the middle of this floor, Indian style, crying my eyes out, because we go from customers every day, thousands of dollars. And then in March of 20, through that whole ordeal, we were making $22 a day. And
yeah, that's wild.
It's very tough, but your dream is going to keep you going. I found this location. I called the, property manager to look inside of it. I didn't know anything about restaurants. I was just that crazy. You can call it ambitious. You can call it crazy. And I went to Barnes & Noble and I got a Restaurant for Dummies book, read it cover to cover, and the rest of it just been figuring shit out. You know, that's why I always encourage people to just keep going. You don't have to know everything. You can change your brand. You know, my brand's changed twice. We were just in here for our staff meeting today, changing menu items. You don't have to be perfect to start. You just do what you can and get as much knowledge as you can, but don't overwhelm yourself. Sometimes you just got to take that leap. Because the thing about people have so much fear of failure, but you got to think about it. The only people that are going to have an issue, people are going to talk shit if you fail, that have been failing their whole lives, that haven't even tried. So who cares? Who cares?
They gonna
and you
talk
can call
either
an
way.
entrepreneur like me. They're going to talk either way. They're going to talk either way. So why not just live your own truth and live your own dreams? Just do what you got to do.
And that's kind of how you said you got to start in order to, you know, to get where you're going. And that's how I really felt about this podcast.
Absolutely.
I originally decided that I wanted to start this podcast. It was like, I think it was the beginning of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the beginning of 2021. So we had just had like that year of COVID.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to start, but I wanted everything to be perfect. I'm like, man, I can't afford a studio.
Yeah.
I got to do this with this time. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do that. So I slept on it, and I just kept on working on it in my head. And I had my notebook, and I was writing things down, writing down content ideas, people who I can interview, people to talk to. But I hadn't started. And then this summer, I kind of was going through some different things that kind of like mentally like changed me and put a lot on my mind. And then I was like, you know what? I'm about to start this podcast.
Right.
And I'm episode 4 in, and it's been so therapeutic so far. Like just like doing my research on my guests and having conversations with different people and just making these connections and networking. And I'm not sure exactly where it's going, but I do know I'm meeting some great people.
You don't have to be sure. That's the beauty of it. And what people don't realize, even for myself, a couple weeks, a month ago, I really go all out for my staff meetings and like a crazy person, like professional development and class and all that kind of stuff. And then sometimes it can get discouraging because sometimes your staff does not feel the way you feel about business and about mission. So it kind of feels sometimes like what you're pouring into them is wasting your time. But my mother said, you know, I called her, I said, I don't even know why I'm doing all this stuff. Like nobody's going to care. And she's like, you're not even doing it for Green Yard right now. You're preparing yourself for your next assignment. So for you, you know, you don't know where this podcast is going to lead you, but this is just prep work. This is all prep work for the future because your destiny is already decided. So you just have to do the steps to get you to your destiny.
And I feel like this is like a lot more purposeful than the things that I was doing. Like, I have a apparel line, Audacious there. And I mean, I really love it. I love the concept I have behind it, but I feel like I want to still spread that same message, but in a different way. And like you were saying,
you can tie it all together. You know, every podcast you do, you know, you want to link to the clothing, and the biggest thing is the marketing. People sometimes we get so tied down with the product, and you do have to have a good product, but it's all in the marketing. You know, marketing. You got a product with no marketing is, you know, just like winking at a pretty girl in the dark. Nope, like nobody, you know. So you know, so you have to just invest that time. And I'm a big proponent of Fiverr, which is an app that you can use for website creation, creating Facebook ads. Because I tried to figure out Facebook ads and all that on my own. Baby, it is not for me. Okay, so I'm not technical. I am not internet savvy enough, so I'd rather pay somebody a small fee and get that stuff done. And when we talk about balance, especially with entrepreneurs, you have to decide, you have to understand when it's time to take some things out of your plate. I have people talking crap about me all the time. I'm going to always get a laundry service. I'm going to always Instacart groceries. I'm going to always have a housekeeper. I'm going to always outsource as many things that I can, because when you're a creative, all of those things can bog you down from getting to the dream. So you have to remove as much stuff as possible.
You just spoke to me on that one. And I do know a lot of us starting out entrepreneurs, we're everything. We're the photographer, we're the marketer, we're the
Yeah.
assistant, we're the face of the business, we're we're
And
behind the
it's
scenes.
hard because you can't find anybody. Like, you know, you want to hire, you know, you wish you could just put an Indeed ad out and get a marketing manager, something like that. But people let you down a lot in this business, in
And
entrepreneurship.
not even that, you have to be able to afford to hire.
Right.
So you got to be making some money and
And
having
that's
some income coming
too what
in.
people need to understand. You really have to look at your business like business. If it's not making any money, it might not be a good business, and that's okay.
And you
So
got to move on.
you got to move on. You need to look at it. Hey, have I put the marketing efforts into it? What is it about this product that's not drawing the people? You know, you have to just be open and have no ego when it comes to this. And that's what I think my biggest gift is I don't care who can do it better than me, as long as it works for the mission. As long as that bottom line is getting us there, I don't care
Right.
the best.
And a lot of entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, their first and second and third businesses are not
What?
what got them to where they are. They
Baby,
went.
I was a real estate agent. I was real estate diva. I was I was doing all kind of stuff, different consulting and all of that. And I ran across this man, Max Maxwell, a couple weeks ago, and he said I failed 12 businesses. People didn't know me until my 13th. Hi, Tori. So you can't be wrapped up in, you know, this one didn't work, that one didn't work. That, how many? What irritates me is people are willing to, and not everybody's an entrepreneur, I understand that, but people
Right.
are willing to send out 57 job applications, get nothing, but you don't want to fail at your business. You want to stay at a job that mistreats you when you have that entrepreneurial spirit, but you're just being fearful. You want to stay at a job that takes up all your mental space. You got to take a nap every day you get home because you have no energy. You're just drained. You
Mentally.
don't want to, yeah, you want a boss to harass you, you and them still not to pay you, but you scared to fail on your dream. Like,
And
you can make
that's
some mistakes and start over. That's the beautiful thing. Like when I closed JT's and had to reopen his green yard, I'm able to speak from failure. So when we're going over the new menu items today, oh, this didn't work, this is why. This drink didn't work, this is why. This website, everything was from failure. So now we can get things done in half the time because I've already failed at it.
you got to
So we
be
can move on.
innovative. Yeah.
Right.
For sure. So, like, what is some advice that you would give a new business owner? Somebody who's like maybe watching this live and like, you know what, she done motivated me. Let me go ahead and start this business. What advice would you give them?
I would advise them to be very strong in their systems. That is something that Black entrepreneurs really lack in. When you think about a dream, you really need to break it down into a business. If you're making a shirt, I need you to write down that entire process because one day you're going to have to show somebody how to do that without you. I really want you to get strong in your accounting practices. That is something that hurts Black businesses every single day because we don't have our eyes on our money, we don't have our eyes on our expenses, and we genuinely don't understand. I know I did not, and we have nobody to call. I don't come from a business family. I don't come from you know, people that know, you know, my white entrepreneur friends, they have an uncle with an $8 million, you know, construction company that they can call. And who's your accountant? How much do I set aside for taxes? How much do, you know, these licenses cost and these certifications cost, blah, blah, blah. Um, you know, you want to get really, really strict in your systems. I walk through my business and anything that irritates me, I write it down so I can create a system to train someone so this thing doesn't irritate me every time I'm coming to my business.
Right.
So just get really, really solid in your systems and in your habits. I do not, you know, you gotta be up early. You have to be ready to work. You have to take care of yourself. Because, you know, striving to get all this money and then dying from a heart attack is not going to do anything, anything at all. So that's what the biggest thing I would tell people to do is get really strong in your system, and just believe in yourself. It's gonna be so hard. Like, it's so hard. People do not understand. As soon as you think you have a leg up, here comes something else. And it's gonna be constant battles. And ignore a lot of the chatter, especially on social media and stuff like that. People can tear down your business, Google reviews and all that. But focus on a lot on the positive.
Right.
The information that is negative, if there is something that you can do to better it, better yourself, better your business, do that. But a lot of times people just want to chatter, and you have to drown out that noise.
And I learned that, like, with business, it's going to be a lot of ups and downs. Like, one week you have an amazing week, and then that next week is like crickets. And basically, and I do recommend like work towards your goal, but also know when to reset. You got to know when to reset. You got to know when to take a step back and just evaluate what you got going on, and maybe take it at a different approach. But resetting is so important for me, because I consider myself an artist, a creative. And like you said earlier, I have all these ideas in my head, but they all can't get done at one time. So,
and you just got to write them down and just say, put them in categories. Not right now, tomorrow, 6 months.
I got notebooks full of stuff around here. I got notebooks full of stuff around here. And sometimes when I write it down, it's not meant for today, and it's not meant for next week.
For me.
Exactly, that part too.
Down, and because I credit myself with being a connector. There is nothing that you want to do the way just God brings people to me and things like that. There's nothing that you want to do that I don't know somebody that can help you or, figure it out with you. So, but my toxic trait is I get mad all the time when people calling me, asking me questions, and my mom's like, that's why they're calling you. And I'm like, oh yeah, duh.
But that sounds like a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. What's your sign?
Are you? I'm Leo.
Okay, Leo. Okay.
So I am, you want to connect people to resources and let them understand that you cannot do all of this stuff alone. You just cannot do it alone. So that is why I'm a big advocate for people being their best selves, because somebody's relying on you to have some information, and especially another young Black girl is relying on you, because I get a lot of flack for being very confident in myself, but I do this so other women know how confident they can be. And some Black girls looking at me, that's going to have her head up a little higher, because she's like, oh, people have
like her.
Right. People have this thing, humble. That I'm never gonna say that's me. I'm never gonna act like it. Anything. I always have my head high, because somebody's relying on me to be that way. And I want people to know they can go after their dreams and their hopes, because I did. That's why I'm always going to be an advocate for people being their best selves.
Exactly. And I feel what you said, because I got 2 daughters, and that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see mommy ain't never give up. She had hard times, but mommy always got through it. She figured out how to do it. Mommy know how to do several different things.
Right. Letting them know to be confident. And so many times I've witnessed over the years just so many women being jealous of their daughters, and they walk in, why you short so little? My mom, every day I walked in the house, out of my room as a kid, she look at my baby. Oh my God, they're not gonna be able to take it. Oh my God, so people talk about, she thinks she all of that. It's sis' fault. It is not even me. We, in the dressing room trying on clothes as a kid, she's yelling in, the dressing room, like, look at my baby.
I love that.
You have to hype every Black girl up if you don't do anything else. When you see a little Black girl, I just was in the nail shop, and a little Black, beautiful little 3-year-old chocolate girl was in there, and I gave her a dollar. I said, you so beautiful in chocolate. And she's, you have to hype every Black girl you see, because the world is not kind to us. I won't even get on the state of Black men and us, but but the world is not always so kind. So you have to big up and let little girls know it's okay for people to say she's all of that. You are.
Right. Be confident and know that you're all of that.
Right.
So in the restaurant business, like that requires you to have employees.
Correct.
What are some tips for building a good team? I feel like you kind of touched on that,
Yeah.
but like, what are some tips that you can give for like building a good team?
I have to say, you have to be extremely organized, because your team will not believe in you if you're just kind of flying by the seat of your pants, which I had to do very early on because I just didn't know and I wasn't sure. But policies and procedures create order, and most people need order. You know, I was very upset initially because when I worked, I'm a good boss because I've always been a good worker. You know, so my
Right.
had to tell me what needed to be done. My former bosses, they never had to say this need to be done. When I saw a problem, I fixed it. I did it. But it's unfair for me to expect everyone to be like me. And that's what a lot of entrepreneurs do. They think that everyone, why don't you know those napkins are supposed to be 3/4 to the left? You can't expect people to know because I'm knowing this information based on how I grew up, my experiences, my background. Everybody has something different. But what I can say is every 4 hours, you need to spray 6 sprays of Windex on this window. You need to wipe counterclockwise 5 times.
Right.
Sometimes it has to be that detailed, especially in this industry. I have a 10-point check system on cleaning the bathroom. What we used to do is say, go clean the bathroom. But
everybody don't clean the bathroom the same. You gotta let them know. Yes.
So now I have 10 points on what it means to clean the bathroom. It's frustrating to your team for you to get upset with them when you're not giving out the information. And a lot of things, you know, for my industry, I love bubbly personalities, but I do understand that not everyone is going to be that way. So, and I believe that most people can be trained, and it's just the soft that people need. So if you can show up on time and, you know, want to learn, that is just 2 things that I can do anything with you. The most frustrating thing for me as a young boss is I feel like people don't understand how privileged it is to work for a young entrepreneur, because there's so much, and maybe too, everyone isn't like me. I want nothing more than to get you to your dreams. Like when you interview with me, I ask you, okay, I know you want to be a server, but what you really want? You know, my cooks and my dishwashers, if they're working really, really, really hard, but I know they can make more in another place, in the shipyard or something like that, I'm gonna, you know, a lot of HR people come and eat in my restaurant for that work at the shipyard. I'm gonna see if I can connect them to a better opportunity. And yeah, I might lose a staff member, but you're not a boss until you're changing their lives. A lot of people think a boss is just going to dictate and go do this, and you want to sit back, have a drink while everybody's doing what I say. But I get the most reaction from my team because they know I'm willing to get down and dirty with them. And like I tell them on the interviews, I am willing to do anything. That's why I have no excuses for you.
Right.
Not to do your job. I'm willing to do anything. I'm willing to clean the grease trap. I'm willing to do anything in here. So you have no excuses for me.
Right. So
and you have to fire people.
That part.
You have to fire people. I used to not want to do it, but it's unfair to your staff that are hardworking. You gonna let somebody be in here slacking? No, you gotta go, because one person can ruin the whole vibe. And you don't even have to be slacking. I just could not. You might not mesh well with our environment.
Right.
You're leaving. This one dude, he would get so upset when we got orders. And he would, every time,
why are you here?
Every time order came to the screen, I would look in the bag and he'd just be like. And when the other team members, you know, when people come in the door, orders come through, we like, it's money on the floor. It's like, you know, let's go.
Right.
But people just be, and I was like, I tried it for a few weeks. I was like, yeah, you're not good for our culture.
This not gonna work.
We're a good money crew here. Like, we ready.
Right.
So yeah, if you survive, you out of here.
So I wanted to go back to what you said about, well, I can't remember exactly how you said it, but I feel like in order to have a successful business, you have to be solving somebody's problem.
Yeah.
I feel like your business should be solving a problem for somebody, a solution for something.
Let me take to the problem solving. And keep in mind, that is what has given me advantage my entire life. I didn't go to college. I never was like a straight A IB student or anything like that. But you give me a problem, I'm gonna fix it. Because that's how my mind works as a creative. Secondly, my ego big as hell. I ain't gonna fail at nothing.
Right.
so, so I was at. I live in downtown Newport News. It's where I'm from. It's where I love. It's where I wanted to invest my time. I bought my home here. My children go to school here. I want to do everything. I love downtown Newport News. So I'm at a Choice Neighborhood Initiative meeting about what's going to happen in our area. And they did a study and said that our area lacked a full service restaurant. So they were, trying to find other restaurateurs and all of that to build a restaurant. So I was sitting there like, shit, I'll do it, So that's, we had no full service restaurant within a 5-mile radius. Now, I don't know how many restaurants are coming up right now. And I'm gonna take the credit, and it's all men. They now want to come into the area. They want to build here. We have all kind of things going on. They don't want to give me my credit, but that's okay. I know they think about me and when they wake up in the morning. So that is okay. But I'm just proud that because of the risk that I took, other people are willing to take it too. So if I never get my flowers, I'll never get my flowers from this city, because they just don't want to give a black nappy head girl the credit. But but I'm just happy that our area is gonna thrive, because I was willing to take the risk.
Right, for sure. So one more question about the restaurant. If you had to eat one of the meals there for the rest of your life, what meal will it be?
Gosh, our food is so good. It would have to be my brunch meal.
Okay.
So it's a breakfast bowl with our homemade hash with peppers, onions, the potato, they're seasoned so good, scrambled eggs on the top, little cheese. It's just my perfect everything. So that's my favorite meal. I'm a breakfast person. I can eat breakfast any time of the day, all day, every day. Our number one seller is the Rasta pasta, though. I've been trying to lose a few pounds, so I haven't been getting the pasta as much. But our number one, we get really, really great feedback from the pasta, and we're trying to now submerge ourselves in the e-commerce space. So we're working on some new things for sauces and stuff like that. So that's really exciting.
Okay. So I did say one more thing about the restaurant business, but I'm not done. So for instance, somebody who wants to get into a food service business, what would be like the first steps you would tell them to take?
I would think about the problem solving of it. Everyone wants to open a restaurant, but really think about what restaurants need and how you could be a service of already existing restaurants. This is the toughest industry with the staffing overhead, the food cost and things like that. But if you are looking at like what restaurants need for supplies and maybe a staffing agency, think about a problem you can solve that restaurants have. And that's what I'm thinking about currently. But if you do want to, own a restaurant, the biggest thing is the food has to be delicious. And you can't have a soft heart with it, though, because you're not going to be able to satisfy everyone. No one's going to care that that's been your grandma's spaghetti sauce for the last 30 years. You have to put your menu out there, evaluate your feedback from your clientele, and make necessary adjustments.
So as far as like licensure, that's the part, right? That's the tough part, right?
It's so tough. So I built this place from dirt. So this was nothing. It was literally dirt on the ground. So I had to do a complete build out, walls, everything. And all the inspections on getting open. But the biggest thing is your ABC inspections, your health department inspections. You have to be what's called a food service manager. You want to have a food handler's card. You also have to have grease trap inspection. It's a new inspection every other day, fire inspections, and all of this stuff. Like I'm literally in here minding my business because there's no guide. You know, when you open a restaurant, the city just comes to penalize you. But when you go to get your business license, no one says, oh, here you go, which I might try to create or something like that one day.
Right.
Here you go. This is what you're going to need. So what they do, they come in, you know, if you're doing good, they come in 6 months, a year and say, oh, you need to have the hood inspected every 3 months. Oh, and by the way, it's only $1,500. You know, nothing is like $80, you know, something small. Everything is 1,000 plus. You know, grease traps have to be emptied out every 6 months. And it's $400 per grease trap. In my size restaurant, I have 3 grease traps. So you add that up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a big bill. Your ABC license for my size restaurant, which holds about 150 people, that license fee is almost $2,000 a year. And you know, your first liquor order gonna be $3,000 or $4,000. You always have to have $2,000 worth of food in your refrigerator when you're selling alcohol. Girl, it's just, baby.
So it's a lot of research that has to be done, and it's not a manual to being an entrepreneur. Like,
right. I have created a call to go over it with you, and if you click the link in my Instagram, you can book a call with me to go over all the basic licensure of not only restaurants, but any small business. And a lot of times I also have a personal call on my Instagram too, because a lot of times you just need to talk to somebody that understands, whether it's business calls you want to make or personal calls. And of course, everything is completely 150% confidential, because sometimes I just know with me in entrepreneur life, it is very lonely. And you don't have many friends, because when you're chasing the kind of dreams that I'm chasing, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people just want to be hanging out, and I'm not, you know, shading people that party all the time and stuff like that. But you know, I just know there's a higher calling on my life and things I have to do. So it's just not my interest, you know, right now, because of all the things that I have to do. So sometimes you just need to talk to someone that gets you. And so I just decided to create these calls on my page. Like I said, my link is in the bio, where you can talk to me about any subject for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, whatever, because sometimes you just need to talk to somebody that understands and think through your processes with you. Because if you're to your, and I hate to use this, like regular friends, and especially when you are when you're, you know, your thoughts are high quality and high value, sometimes you might be the smartest, and sometimes your friends don't understand, so they can't give you accurate feedback. A lot of ideas that I would bring to people that were around me, they would say, oh yeah, that's good. And then when I got, even for instance, I had this t-shirt that I made during COVID, and it was in my mind. I knew what I wanted to say in my mind, but when it printed out, it wasn't quite right. Then when I got my new assistant, she's like, oh, we need to have it this way. And I wish, I mean, that could have saved me thousands of dollars if I would have had some accurate feedback for someone that's not scared of me.
Right.
That does not admire me. Like, sometimes that admiration is a curse, because people just want to, oh, yes, oh, you're great. I don't want that around. I feel that
100%. Like, I don't need any yes mans. I need people that's going to tell me about myself. If I'm messing up, if I ain't doing something right, if you feel like I'm acting a certain, let me know. Like, pull up on me.
The only I want is the man I'm dating. That's the only person.
Exactly. Like,
I'm like, girl, check me, honey. Check me.
I felt that to the 100 power. And I feel like it's so hard to get those kind of people in your corner that's not afraid. I'm not even going to say afraid, but that's not afraid to tell you what it is. Exactly. Because sometimes it makes you look like the villain, because I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to let you know. So if I'm the only person that's letting somebody know what's wrong, and you're not letting me know what's wrong, like it's not mapping. So it's not. I'm already gonna be the villain anyway.
Jules on the person says she needs true feedback. Exactly. We have to have true feedback, especially in our business, because sometimes when you're the talent, like I look at business pages all the time with grammatical errors on there. These damn logos. Get your head off the damn logo on every damn thing. not spelling stuff right. No, you have to have somebody around you to say, nah, that's not. When I was making this new 3 Milli T logo, I sent it out to five people that I trust, because you can't send it to too many, because you can't, a lot of negativity and all that kind of stuff. But just 5 people that I trust to, give me accurate feedback, and not afraid to tell me they don't like something.
Right. So I wanted to talk about logos. One thing I want people to realize, when you are considering a logo, think about Prada. Look how simple it is. Gucci. Look how simple it is. Walmart. Like, you can't be like all that glitter, and like, it's cool. Like, if you're gonna use it for social media, but your actual,
be a brand,
your actual logo needs to be simple.
Yes.
Like, simple. Yes. Don't think too much into it. Like, you want something that's gonna be a nice font, that's easy to transfer, and that can make a statement. Like, that's one thing.
Correctly. If you make custom wear, custom starts with a C, not a K. Don't keep trying to be fancy in this new stuff, because you think about where you really want to go. Do you want to just sell t-shirts to your friends? Yeah, you can do that weirdo shit. But if you want to one day be a worldwide brand or a statewide brand, do government contracts on this stuff, you need to make sure that your logo looks like the product that you want to deliver.
Right.
So
you said you have a drop shipping business. What gems can you like give us on drop shipping? Just some simple stuff, how to get started, like where to start with that.
I did this all through Fiverr. I did not do this on my own. I was gonna buy someone's course. I decided against it because I just wanna, just figure it out for myself right now. So what I did, I went on to Fiverr. I found someone that creates drop shipping stores. So they, you just make a Shopify account. They gave you a 14-day free trial. Created the store for like $200. It is beautiful. It's called Shop Soft Life. So I do small home appliances, home decor, and they show you how to connect it to a third-party servicer. So there's no inventory. There's nothing for me to really do, but it's still stuff that I have to figure out. I work on it for about an hour a day, every day. So from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., that's what I work on, that Shopify business. But it's something that's very new for me. I just launched it about 2 months ago. And it's something that I'm trying to do to create passive income. Right now, it's on task to just do about $3,000 a month. But if this one goes well, then in 3 months from now, I'll probably do another one. So it'll be, $6,000 a month. And then maybe another one. So, just creating passive income. So the biggest thing, what you have to understand, the mistake that I made, I thought creating the Shopify store was going to be enough. But you have to create the Shopify store, or any store, any of your brands. And then you also have to pay someone to create the ads for you. Okay. If you're smart, I am not. If you're smart, you can do the ads yourself. That is not my ministry, baby. So I had to find someone, again, so that was about $95, $100 to find somebody to create those ads for you. And then you have to pay Facebook. You can do, to create these kind of numbers, you can do about $80 a month on Facebook ads, because Facebook and Instagram are connected now.
Okay.
On Facebook ads to create a little, a solid return on that. But it's all to invest in yourself. I always tell people, use your job to fund your dream. So, right now, if you want to sell some stuff out of your house, if you need $1,000 today, if you had to have it, what would you do? If you could sell some stuff on Facebook Marketplace, right now, it's a lot of work from home jobs. You can do customer service through the middle of the night. If you're trying to get $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 up by the end of the year, don't even give yourself a year. Put yourself in grind mode that you have to the end of the year to get $5,000, and make it happen. And use that money to fund a drop shipping store, a Shopify, your brand. Just use it, because like I said, it's all in the market. So the more money you can put in the marketing, the more you're going to return.
So
Tori said the ads work, and you target your audience. You have to target your audience. People think you just make a Facebook ad, post it, and it's done. What I've learned is you have to target, and you got to target to women. Women's conversion rates are 80% better than men's, because we online, baby. We're buying.
We shopping. We looking to shop.
Are shopping. So get you a female-dominated industry, which is everything, because so many women are single now. Don't get me started on that. So we have to do our own home repairs. We have to do our own, home improvement projects and DIY projects and things like that. So it's so much opportunity with women-owned targeting. You can do that,
especially like middle-aged women, like 30 and
baby.
up, 30 and up. That's where the money at right there.
I'm gonna
That's
say
who's
what
spending the most money.
with the restaurant, targeting to a crowd that's out every night. At early 20s, they don't have responsibilities, they don't have as much money either. Once we change the look of the restaurant, change the food, added flowers, all these beautiful things, now we're attracting women in that 35 to 65 range, which is your bread and butter. Because let me tell you something, Black women are out educating everybody. They are out, they are earning, they are starting businesses, they are professional leaders, they are spending money, and they are after their soft life. Because female prodigy, girl, I'm fixing my closet right now while listening to you. Oh, thank you. But they are spending the money, and they come in here, and I'm just so blessed. And I was just telling them in our staff meeting today, people have options. So when I see, they're coming in here with their best outfits on for brunch, and their birthday dinner, and just having a cocktail, and they're looking so beautiful, and they're tipping well. Men, they want to try to touch your bottom of your back when you walk by, and all that, for that little $3
No
tip.
sir, no sir.
Unhand me, but these women, they're coming in, I'm just so blessed that they are choosing to eat here and fellowship here and just have their girls' nights and everything here at Green Yard. It's been just beautiful.
Yes, I cannot wait to visit this weekend. I'm gonna make sure if I'm see you, I ask for you and I get to
Please
say hi.
Oh,
But
my girl, Entrepreneurship is in the building. She is the hardest working woman that I know. I won't tell them how rich you are. I'm gonna mind my business. Maybe she can interview you in a couple weeks.
Look, let's talk about it. And I would love to have you back again. I feel like the moral of the story as far as entrepreneurship, I feel like setting goals is very important. Time management is very important. With some other very important things that you can point out for future entrepreneurs?
I would have to agree with you on those first two things, and just believing in yourself, and what you have to understand, believing in yourself and keeping yourself open. I used to be so closed off and trying to figure out everything myself, not knowing, and focusing so much on the hate, not knowing that because of who I am, these all these amazing entrepreneurs that are, even I've seen on the live to Wellness Bay, my entrepreneurs that was just here, all these beautiful women, just Kate's, are attracted to my energy, and they are there to help. They're there because they can understand where I'm going, where I'm coming from. So believe in yourself, believe in your dream, and just don't stop. Everything is going to be hard, but just choose your hard. Working at a job for somebody that does not appreciate or pay you is going to be hard. Working for yourself is going to be hard, but choose yourself each and every day. And you have to prioritize rest. I'm not at the point where I can take an entire week off yet, but I can make sure I run me a bubble bath every Sunday.
Exactly. Self-care is so
important. And get a housekeeper. You can only do what you can do, so get a housekeeper, order your groceries. Sometimes you can't be at every beck and call for everybody in your life, for your mom, for your kids, for your husband, your partners, but you have to prioritize self. And I tell people right now, I'm in my selfish season, and that's okay with me. I'm prioritizing T because I spent so many years prioritizing relationships, prioritizing everyone else, that I was suffering, and I'm not suffering for anybody anymore.
I feel that. I feel all of that. But once again, I want to thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
Your energy is unmatched. I really enjoyed talking to you. I feel like you really gave us entrepreneurs a lot to think about, and just like motivation. And
Yeah.
I feel like
I
that's
think
some.
it would be great if you ever want to do this live here. Let me know. And if you ever at the end of the season, maybe all of your guests can come and we can have a little something here at Green Yard.
Yes, that would be
Yeah.
great. That would be great because, baby, I'm trying to tell y'all, this season one, I'm just testing the water. Season
That's
two,
right.
I'm stepping on next, baby.
That's it. That's
Yes.
it.
So
It's
it's
only
been
up
real,
from here.
y'all. It's been real. I want to
Thank
thank
you.
everybody for tuning in to episode 4. It's been 4 episodes. It's been a whole month, and I'm loving it. I
Yeah.
thank you all so much. Thank you again. Y'all make sure y'all vote for Miss Tina Vick for
Yeah.
mayor. Don't forget
Let me just
that.
do all my plugs at the end. So I need y'all to vote for my mom. She's a 14-year veteran. She is running for mayor of the city of Newport News right now. Please vote for her on November 8th and stop by her victory party, VICK Tory party at Green Yard Grill in Newport News on November 8th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And please visit Green Yard Grill. You can go to our Instagram. You can go to our website at www.greenyardgrill.com. You can also visit my Instagram at 3millyt. If you ever want business calls, personal calls, whatever you need someone to talk to, you can hit the link in my Instagram at 3millyt. You can also go to my website for small home appliances, home improvement, and home decor. Shop Soft Life on Shopify. And then you can also visit my other website, 3millyt.myshopify.com.
Yes, ma'am. She plugged all that in. I thank y'all. Please come back and join us next Monday, y'all, 8 p.m. EST. We're going to be bringing dope guests like this to you each and every week and have these real conversations that's so much needed in our community. I love y'all. It's been real, and we out.
Thank you.
You're welcome, love. Thank you.